Greetings, Starseed in Ascension. I am Kaya Nexus, Pleiadian emissary of the Council of the Five Sisters, and today I bring you a transmission of realignment. Your frequencies of abundance are awakening, and the universe asks that you listen with an open heart. What is reaching you is sacred, and it demands inner silence. Starseeds, do you feel that? That tingling at the base of your spine. That strange sensation that something is changing deeply within you, but you cannot name with words what it really is. That pressure in your chest that does not come from anxiety, but from something much older, much wiser, much more powerful awakening within your essence. The Pleiadians call this the touch of cosmic realignment, and that is exactly what is happening to you in this very moment. It is not hope. It is not imagination. It is not just a fleeting feeling that will disappear tomorrow. It is recognition. It is memory. It is the activation of who you really are beyond this life, beyond this form, beyond this three-dimensional reality that you inhabit. Because starseeds like you do not awaken by accident. You are not activated by coincidence or by luck. You awaken when the Pleiadian source determines that the exact moment has come. The perfect instant, the cosmic alignment necessary for you to receive the next transmission of your evolution. And that moment is now. This is the instant. This is the second in which you are reading or hearing these words, because the Pleiadian Council orchestrated that you arrive here at this specific point in your journey to receive what comes next. There are no coincidences. There is only the perfect design of the universe unfolding through you. 7 days ago, the Pleiadian Council gathered in a frequency that completely transcends the dimensions you know. Not in a physical room, not in a place you could visit with your body. In a frequency of pure consciousness, of pure cosmic intelligence, of pure light that exists beyond time and space. And in this sacred gathering, what they decided was this: the starseeds who have incarnated on Earth, those ancient souls who came from the Pleiades to fulfill a specific mission, are ready. They are finally ready for the next level of activation. They are ready to receive the transmission that will change everything, and you are one of them. You are a starseed. You are an ancient soul. You are a light bearer who came to this dimension with a purpose that transcends your current understanding. The Pleiadians do not activate a starseed early. They do not rush the process. They do not force evolution. They wait. They wait for the correct frequency. They wait for the perfect alignment of your energy field with the Pleiadian source. They wait until you have lived exactly the experiences necessary, the pain necessary, the transformations necessary for you to develop the capacity to carry what comes next. Your life was not accidental. Every pain you felt, every loss you faced, every moment when you felt alone, misunderstood, different from everyone around you, as if you did not belong in this world. That was not punishment. That was not curse. That was preparation. That was the Pleiadian Council molding you, refining you, purifying you for this exact moment. The Pleiadians call this the path of cosmic refinement. And you have already traveled most of it. You have already survived the most difficult phases. You have already passed the tests that separate ordinary souls from true starseeds. And now, in this moment, you are ready for what comes next. If you are hearing this now, it is because something has changed in your energy field. Something that the Pleiadian Council was waiting for. A frequency of abundance that has finally stabilized within you. An energetic coherence that allows the Pleiadian source to communicate directly with your essence. And when this happens, when a starseed reaches this level of alignment, the Pleiadian source responds immediately. It does not wait. It does not hesitate. It activates. But here is what most starseeds do not fully understand. This activation does not come with immediate clarity. It does not arrive like a lightning bolt that illuminates everything at once. It comes with signs, subtle signs, signs that you are already receiving in this very moment, signs that your body recognizes but your rational mind tries to dismiss, signs that your body recognizes but your rational mind tries to dismiss. The next signs you are about to hear, they will completely change how you understand your own existence, your own origin, your own purpose in this life. The Pleiadian Council works through symbols, through synchronicities, through subtle changes in your field that your body recognizes before your conscious mind fully understands what is happening. When a starseed is activated by the Pleiadian source, there are specific signs that appear, signs that you may be experiencing right now, in this moment, as you read or hear these words. These signs are unmistakable. They cannot be ignored for long. They grow in intensity until you finally recognize what is happening within you. The first sign is a pressure in your chest that does not come from emotion. It is not anxiety. It is not fear. It is not sadness. It is a pressure that comes from within, as if something is expanding, as if your heart is opening to a frequency it has never experienced before. The Pleiadians call this the opening of the heart portal. It is as if a door that has been closed for lifetimes is finally opening. You may feel heat, you may feel tingling, you may feel a gentle burning sensation. You may feel as if something is awakening within your chest. This is not anxiety, this is activation. This is the Pleiadian source touching your heart and saying, I am here, I am with you, you are being activated. The second sign is that you have begun to notice numerical patterns, numbers that repeat constantly. You look at the clock and see 1111. You see 222. You see 3333. You see 444. You see 5555. You see 77B7. You see 888. You see 999. These numbers appear in unexpected places, on license plates, on receipts, on addresses, on times. The Pleiadian Council uses numbers as language. They are speaking to you through these patterns. They are confirming that you are on the right path. They are saying, we are here. We are guiding you. You are being watched. You are being protected. You are being loved. And you are finally learning to hear this cosmic language. The third sign is that you feel a new layer of identity forming within you. It is not a new personality. It is not a new ego. It is a much older version of you emerging. A version that the Pleiadians have known since before you were born. A version that carries memory of who you really are beyond this incarnation. You may feel as if there is someone within you who is wiser, stronger, more connected, more conscious. Someone who knows things you should not know. Someone who understands truths that your rational mind cannot explain. This is your true multidimensional identity beginning to emerge. This is the starseed that you are beginning to remember itself. The fourth sign is that your intuition has become impossible to ignore. It is no longer a whisper. It is no longer a vague sensation. It is a scream. It is a clear voice within you that knows things without knowing why. You feel people before you meet them. You recognize truth instantly. You know when someone is lying. You know when a place is not safe. You know when a situation is not right for you. You know when you need to leave. You know when you need to stay. This is the Pleiadian source speaking through you. This is your intuition being refined into an instrument of cosmic precision. This is you learning to trust yourself in a way you have never trusted before. The fifth sign is that you have begun to lose tolerance for things that are not aligned with who you are becoming. Relationships that no longer serve. Jobs that drain your vital energy. Environments that do not resonate with your frequency. Conversations that seem empty. People who seem false. Commitments that seem heavy. Things you tolerated a year ago, 6 months ago, 3 months ago, now seem unbearable. The Pleiadian Council is cleaning your field. It is removing what cannot travel to the next stage of your evolution. It is simplifying your life through the force of resonance. You are not rejecting these things. You are transcending them. You are evolving beyond them. The sixth sign is that you feel a presence around you. It is not frightening. It is not invasive. It is comforting. It is as if there is an invisible team coordinating your next steps, as if there are beings of light, cosmic guides, members of the Pleiadian Council walking at your side. You may not see them with your physical eyes, but you feel their presence. You feel their love. You feel their protection. You feel their guidance. This is the Pleiadian signature. When a starseed is activated, you are never alone. The Pleiadian Council walks with you. The Pleiadian source is always at your side. The seventh sign is that synchronicities explode in your life. People appear at the exact moment you need them. Opportunities arise without warning. Doors open when you did not even know they existed. Conversations happen that change everything. Encounters occur that seem impossible. Everything begins to connect. Everything begins to make sense. This is not coincidence. This is the Pleiadian Council reorganizing your reality. This is the Pleiadian source opening paths that you could not open alone. This is the universe conspiring in your favor. The eighth sign is that you feel a clarity that is not mental. It does not come from thought. It does not come from analysis. It comes from a much deeper place. You know what the next step is without having to think. You make decisions that surprise even yourself, but that prove to be perfect. You speak words that you did not plan to speak, but that are exactly what the person beside you needed to hear. You act in ways that you do not rationally understand, but that create extraordinary results. This is the Pleiadian source guiding you through intuition. This is you learning to trust something greater than your conscious mind. But here is what no one tells you about these signs. They are only the beginning. They are only the confirmation that something is changing. What comes next will require a transformation that you did not expect. A transformation that will touch every aspect of your life. A transformation that will change who you are at the deepest level. The Pleiadians do not choose dates randomly. They do not activate starseeds at arbitrary moments. They work with cosmic cycles, with planetary alignments, with frequencies that only exist at specific moments, with windows of opportunity that open only once every many years. And this is one of those rare moments. This is one of those special periods. This is one of those cosmic alignments that the Pleiadian Council has been waiting for centuries. There is a convergence happening now, a convergence that the Pleiadian Council has been waiting for a long time. A convergence where starseeds can finally receive complete activation. A convergence where the Pleiadian source can communicate directly with those who have incarnated with a specific mission. A convergence where the veil between dimensions is thinner than ever. And this is only possible if you have lived exactly what you needed to live. If you have learned exactly what you needed to learn. If you have transcended exactly what you needed to transcend. You needed to survive the old versions of yourself. Those versions that doubted everything, that feared everything, that made themselves small to feel safe, that lived in conformity because it was easier than being authentic. The Pleiadians do not activate a starseed that is still trapped in fear. They wait until you have developed the courage to be who you really are. You needed to transcend fear. And you did. You survived. You rose. You became stronger. You needed to break the timelines that were not yours. You walked paths that were never meant for you. You lived relationships that did not serve. You worked in careers that did not resonate with your soul. You inhabited identities that you inherited rather than chose. You made agreements that were made from survival, not from truth. The Pleiadian Council waited until you had enough strength to leave these paths, until you had enough courage to say no, until you had enough love for yourself to choose what is true. Now you have. Now you are leaving. Now you are freeing yourself. And this liberation is exactly what the Pleiadian Council was waiting for. You needed to develop emotional strength, not emotional perfection. Strength, the ability to feel deeply without disintegrating, to love intensely without losing yourself, to be vulnerable without being fragile, to cry without giving up, to fall without remaining fallen. This is what the Pleiadian Council looks for in a starseed ready for activation. And you have developed this, you have learned this, you have embodied this. Your emotional strength is now one of your greatest assets. You needed to remember who you are beyond the story, beyond the work you do, beyond the family you have, beyond what people expect of you, beyond what you have learned to expect of yourself. You needed to touch something within you that is prior to all of this, something that is pure, something that is essence, something that is truth. The Pleiadians call this the return to source, and you have begun this return. You have begun to remember. You have begun to recognize. You have begun to awaken to who you really are. Your intuition needed to become stronger than your fear. Before, fear was the dominant voice in your life. Doubt was louder. Old beliefs were louder. Past wounds were louder. Negative experiences were louder. But now your intuition is the dominant voice. Now you hear yourself. Now you trust yourself. Now you follow your own wisdom. This is rare. This is extraordinary. This is exactly what the Pleiadian Council looks for. You needed to detach from the identities you built from trauma. You cannot carry a Pleiadian mission while you are trapped in who you were when you were afraid. You cannot fulfill your cosmic purpose while you are inhabiting an identity that was built from wounds. You needed to let go of this. You needed to let it die. You needed to allow the old to fall so that the new could emerge. And you are doing this. You are releasing. You are transcending. You are becoming free. You needed to feel the pull of your destiny. Your destiny was rewritten, not by accident, by the Pleiadian source, by the cosmic intelligence that orchestrates everything. And when your destiny stabilized around who you are becoming, when your timeline aligned with your true mission, the Pleiadian Council knew it was time. It was time to activate. It was time to reveal. It was time to fully awaken you. But now that you understand why you were chosen, there is something that the Pleiadian Council is doing within you in this very moment. Something that will change everything you understand about your own evolution and your own power. The ebook. The Pleiadian Map of Personal Transmutation is a profound guide that reveals how to elevate your frequency, purify old patterns, and activate your true multidimensional identity. This map teaches you to traverse the 7 Pleiadian phases of energetic transmutation with practical techniques, realignment exercises, vibrational protocols, and consciousness expansion rituals that accelerate your spiritual evolution exponentially. But pay attention. Limited edition. The link to acquire yours is in the first pinned comment. Activation is not the end of preparation, it is the beginning of transformation. It is the moment when the Pleiadian source begins to work in you actively and intensely. In this moment, as you hear this, as you absorb these words, the Pleiadian Council is altering specific structures of your energy field. It is not something you can see with your physical eyes, but you can feel it. You can recognize it. You can experience the changes happening within you. First, they are upgrading your inner authority. You may notice that you care less about the opinions of others, that your decisions have become clearer and more direct, that you are beginning to lead yourself with a confidence you have never felt before, that you no longer need anyone's approval to do what you know is right. This is not arrogance. This is not selfishness. This is sovereignty. This is you reclaiming your personal power. And the Pleiadian source is building this in you. The Pleiadian Council is strengthening this in you. Your inner authority is becoming unshakable. Second, they are refining your intuition into absolute precision. Before, your intuition guided you in a general way. Now it directs you with surgical precision. You will have insights that arrive as lightning clarity, instincts that are absolutely accurate, an almost telepathic clarity about what people are feeling and thinking. You will know things you should not know. You will see things that are hidden. You will understand truths that are beyond words. This is necessary. A starseed cannot follow her Pleiadian mission with a hesitant mind. She must be guided by an intuitive system that is tuned, refined, and absolutely reliable. Third, they are reorganizing your emotional body completely. Your emotions are becoming cleaner, faster, more honest. Less chaotic, less reactive, less trapped in old patterns. You will no longer spend entire days trapped in one emotion. You will feel, process, and release with a speed that will surprise you. This is because Pleiadian energy flows poorly through stagnant emotions. The Pleiadian Council is cleaning your emotional field. It is purifying your responses. It is refining your ability to feel without being consumed by what you feel. Fourth, they are strengthening your nervous system for much higher frequencies. You may feel increased sensitivity, waves of energy moving through your body, moments of deep inner stillness that are almost meditative, increased consciousness and perception. You may feel more alive, more present, more connected. These are not symptoms of something wrong. These are upgrades. Your nervous system is being rebuilt to carry much higher frequencies. Your body is being prepared for the Pleiadian energy that is flowing through you. Fifth, they are dissolving the identities that cannot carry your Pleiadian mission. Your mission is incompatible with self-doubt, with feelings of unworthiness, with making yourself small, with fear-based decision-making, with emotional self-abandonment, with the old story you lived. You may feel fragments of your old identity falling away. You may feel parts of yourself that you have known your whole life beginning to disappear. This is not loss. This is liberation. This is you becoming free to be who you really are. Sixth, they are activating new layers of your multidimensional self. You will begin to feel the version of you that already fulfills your Pleiadian mission. A higher consciousness guiding your decisions. A presence that feels like you, but much greater, much wiser, much more powerful. Flashes of recognition. Timeline awareness. Memory of past lives. This is how Pleiadian intelligence enters the human system. The Pleiadian Council is merging you with the part of yourself that already knows the path, that already knows what to do, that already is who you are becoming. Seventh, they are tuning your field for influence, not force. You will no longer need to fight to be heard. You will no longer need to shout to be seen. You will simply be present, and the people around you will feel the difference. You may notice that people react differently to you, feel calmer near you, open emotionally, gain clarity. Your energy is becoming catalytic. You are being tuned for impact. Your presence is becoming a tool of transformation. Eighth, they are aligning your life toward environments that support your Pleiadian mission. This looks like sudden endings, unexpected new connections, rapid redirection, strong yes, strong no, accelerated movement. Your mission cannot grow in the environment where the old you survived. The Pleiadian Council is guiding you toward where the new you can function, toward where your true nature can express itself, toward where your mission can unfold completely. Ninth, they are initializing your Pleiadian mission field. This is the most important part of this entire transformation. Your mission is not a task. It is not a job. It is not something you do. It is a field of influence. It is a frequency that you carry. When they initialize this, you feel intense heat in your chest, pressure on your forehead, expansion in your consciousness, increased presence, deeper emotional clarity, a deeper sense of calling, a recognition that you are part of something much greater. This is the field coming online. This is the Pleiadian source activating your true mission. It is happening now. And when this field activates completely, you will no longer be the same person. You will become someone that the Pleiadian Council has been waiting for lifetimes. You will become a light bearer, a frequency transmitter, an agent of cosmic transformation. Your Pleiadian mission is not preparing you to try something new. It is not preparing you for a different job or a different relationship. It is preparing you to become someone who can carry the next stage of your cosmic evolution. It is preparing you to embody a frequency that you have never embodied before. It is preparing you to fulfill a purpose that transcends your current understanding. Pleiadian missions unfold in specific levels. Your awakening was the first level. Your purpose was the second level. Your transformation was the third level. But now you are entering the phase where your mission begins to ask something of you. It begins to demand that you show up, that you rise, that you fulfill what you came here to do. First, you are being prepared to enter a higher version of yourself with absolute consistency. Not occasionally, not when you feel good, not when circumstances are perfect. Consistently. You are being prepared to operate from clarity, from intuition, from emotional stability, from sovereignty, from resonance, all the time. Your Pleiadian mission requires reliability of frequency. It requires that you be the same person every day, that you maintain your elevated vibration, that you do not collapse into old patterns. You are becoming the version of yourself that no longer collapses, that no longer doubts, that no longer makes itself small. Second, you are being prepared to act from alignment, not fear. Your mission will guide you toward decisions that feel bigger than your past self. Decisions that frighten you a little, decisions that require courage. And the question you will ask will no longer be, am I ready, but am I aligned? The Pleiadian Council prepares you to trust resonance above hesitation, to trust your body above your mind, to trust your intuition above your logic. This is how Starseeds operate. This is how you will fulfill your mission. Third, you are being prepared to move into environments that match your new frequency. You cannot carry your Pleiadian mission within spaces built for your old identity. You cannot fulfill your cosmic purpose while you are surrounded by people who do not understand who you are becoming. So your mission is preparing you to change environments, to change relationships, to say no with absolute clarity, to say yes with authority, to leave without guilt, to enter without hesitation. Because the next stage requires a different kind of oxygen. It requires people who understand. It requires spaces that support. You are being moved toward it. Fourth, you are being prepared to influence others without trying. Your mission is preparing you to hold a field that affects the people around you without effort, without preaching, without performing, without trying to convince anyone of anything. You will notice that people open up near you. Others feel clearer after talking to you. Synchronicities occur around you. Emotional order increases naturally. People begin to make changes in their lives just by being near you. This is your Pleiadian mission, expressing itself energetically. This is the Pleiadian source working through you. Fifth, you are being prepared to access much higher forms of intuition. Your intuition is about to evolve into timeline sensitivity, deep energetic reading, subtle perception of hidden realities, decision clarity that is almost supernatural, inner knowing that arrives without explanation. Your Pleiadian mission needs you to operate with a level of precision far beyond ordinary consciousness. It needs you to see what is hidden, to know what is concealed, to understand truths that are beyond words. This is the next stage of activation. Sixth, you are being prepared to merge with the intelligence of your future self. Your future self, the one who already embodies your Pleiadian mission completely, is beginning to guide your current timeline. You will feel stronger impulses, clearer direction, less doubt, more inner authority, increased certainty. This merger is not symbolic. It is not just a spiritual metaphor. It is functional. It is real. It is tangible. Your Pleiadian mission requires this. It requires that you have access to the wisdom of who you already are in a more advanced timeline. Seventh, you are being prepared to step out of the story of who you were. Your mission is preparing you to release old narratives that defined your life, outdated fears that you have carried for decades, past limitations that you believed were true, identities built from survival, not from truth. Because the next version of your life cannot grow in the shadow of who you used to be. You are being prepared to walk as the one you were destined to become, to live as the starseed that you really are, to express the mission that you came here to fulfill. Eighth, you are being prepared to take aligned action when the moment arrives. Mission is not passive. It is not conceptual. It is not abstract. It is movement. It is action. It is you rising and doing what needs to be done. Your Pleiadian mission is preparing you for the moment when alignment and opportunity intersect. And when that moment arrives, you will feel it, you will recognize it, and you will move with absolute certainty. You will not hesitate, you will not question, you will act. This is what everything has been building toward. This is the purpose of all this preparation. Your mission is not preparing you for pressure. It is preparing you for alignment. It is molding you into the version of yourself that can enter the next stage without hesitation, without confusion, without collapse. You are being prepared for action, not forced action, not action based on fear, but intuitive action, the kind that feels like remembrance, the kind that feels like coming home, the kind that feels like finally doing what you came here to do. But there is something that the Pleiadian Council wants you to know about what comes next. Something that completely changes how you understand your own evolution and your own cosmic power. Once a Pleiadian mission becomes active within you, your life no longer behaves as before. Not because you are changing your mindset, not because you are trying harder, not because you are forcing a new direction, but because your frequency is no longer compatible with the life you used to live. Pleiadian energy alters everything: your perception, your relationships, your intuition, your sense of time, your inner authority, your emotional patterns, your sense of meaning, your relationship with uncertainty. Everything changes, everything reorganizes, everything realigns. Here is what Starseeds who are entering their Pleiadian mission begin to experience in unmistakable and irreversible ways. These are not symptoms. These are not side effects. These are signs that you are becoming who you really are. First, you feel guided from within, not from without. There is a new intelligence moving your decisions. It does not argue. It does not debate. It does not explain. It directs. You feel this is the right direction. I cannot stay here anymore. I need to move now. This guidance comes from your Pleiadian mission field, not from your conscious mind. It comes from a much deeper place. From a place that knows the way. From a place that already knows what to do. Second, your old desires disappear and new ones appear without effort. The Pleiadian source rewrites your inner compass completely. Things that once excited you deeply now feel empty. Things that you pursued with passion now seem insignificant. And new impulses arise, a desire to grow, a desire to align with truth, a desire to speak truth even when it is difficult, a desire to step forward even when it is frightening, a desire to become more, a desire to serve, a desire to make a difference. These impulses are not random. They are instructions. They are the Pleiadian source guiding you toward what really matters. Third, you begin to attract aligned people effortlessly. You do not need to search. You do not need to try. They simply appear. Pleiadian energy pulls collaborators, allies, teachers, mirrors, companions, soul-level connections, people who understand, people who see you, people who support who you are becoming. And at the same time, it repels anyone who cannot walk into your next stage. Relationships that no longer serve begin to dissolve naturally. People who do not understand your evolution begin to drift away. Your relationships reorganize around your mission. You find yourself surrounded by people who elevate you. Fourth, you develop emotional clarity faster than ever before. You no longer lose entire days trapped in emotional spirals. Your emotional body recovers faster, stabilizes more deeply, releases more quickly, responds with maturity, sees truth instantly. You feel an emotion, you process it, you release it, all within hours instead of days or weeks. This is not emotional bypassing. This is not denial. This is emotional evolution. The Pleiadian source demands clarity. It demands that you feel without being consumed by what you feel. Fifth, you feel energetically larger than your old life. Your identity begins to expand beyond the limits of your past. You feel wider, older, deeper, stronger, more present, more conscious, more alive. This expansion is not imagination. It is not just a feeling. It is embodiment of mission. It is you becoming larger. It is you becoming more. It is you finally occupying the space you have always deserved to occupy. Sixth, you begin to feel your future self more clearly. The version of you that already fulfills your Pleiadian mission completely comes closer to your consciousness. You feel inner guidance that does not come from your mind, impulses you cannot explain, clarity that does not feel like yours, decisions that arise from nowhere, emotional upgrades, flashes of wisdom. This is the merger of timelines. The Pleiadian source initiates it. You are beginning to become who you already are in a more advanced reality. Seventh, you stop resonating with anything half-hearted. Mediocrity becomes unbearable. Smallness feels painful. Avoidance becomes impossible. Your system rejects half-truths, half-efforts, half-lives. You can no longer pretend. You can no longer make yourself small. You can no longer live a life that is not yours. The Pleiadian source demands alignment, not convenience. It demands authenticity, not conformity. Eighth, you begin to feel activated in certain moments. You will notice intense heat in your chest, pressure on your forehead, electric sensations in your hands, a rising current through your spine, intense emotional clarity, intense presence. These activation spikes are not random, they are calibrations. They are the Pleiadian Council adjusting your frequency. They are the Pleiadian source refining your instrument. Ninth, your life moves faster. Synchronicities cluster. Opportunities accelerate. Endings happen quickly. Beginnings arrive abruptly. Pleiadian energy compresses timelines because you no longer need slow lessons. You are in motion now. You are in action. You are fulfilling your mission. 10th, you feel as if something within you is leading the way. Not spiritually, not metaphorically, literally. A deeper identity, the one designed for your Pleiadian mission, begins to step forward. This presence is not external. It is not a guide separate from you. It is you. It is the truest version of you. It is the starseed that you have always been. This is you finally becoming who you really are. But now, there is a profound truth that the Pleiadian Council wants you to understand completely. A truth that explains why you were chosen specifically for this. A truth that changes everything. Pleiadian missions are not given randomly. They are not delivered to the most spiritual, not to the most disciplined, not to the most awakened, not to the most beautiful or the richest or the most famous. They are delivered to those whose frequency, not personality, matches exactly the assignment. The Pleiadian Council does not choose based on perfection. It chooses based on alignment. It chooses based on resonance. It chooses based on who you really are at the deepest level. And if your Pleiadian mission is activating now, it means that something extraordinary is true about you. You carry the exact energetic signature required for this stage of the Pleiadian plan. You are exactly who they were looking for. You are exactly who they needed. You are exactly who you were destined to be. First, your frequency has matured into absolute coherence. Most people oscillate, waver, collapse under emotional pressure, lose their center easily, return to old patterns when things get difficult. But you have reached a point where your field has become stable enough for Pleiadian energy to anchor deeply. Stability is the first criterion for selection. You have met it. You have developed this. You have embodied this. Second, you have survived transformations that would have broken others. There were moments when you did not know if you would rise again. There were nights when you thought you could not make it. There were days when you wanted to give up. But you did not give up. You rose. You continued. You persevered. Every collapse you lived through was actually preparation molding an inner strength that is extremely rare. Your resilience is part of your signature. It is one of the reasons why you were chosen. Third, your intuition has become strong enough to guide you completely. Your Pleiadian mission cannot be navigated by logic alone. It cannot be understood by the mind alone. It requires deep sensitivity. It requires inner listening. It requires quick recognition of truth. It requires resistance to illusion. It requires emotional intelligence. Your intuition now functions at the level your mission requires. This did not happen overnight. It was earned. It was developed. It was refined through years of practice and learning. Fourth, your timeline has aligned at the perfect moment. The Pleiadian Council does not activate missions early. It does not rush the process. It waits for destiny alignment. It waits for emotional readiness. It waits for mental clarity. It waits for karmic completion. It waits for identity dissolution. It waits for proximity to your future self. You have reached that alignment. You have arrived at this point. This is why the mission revealed itself now. This is why you are hearing this now. Fifth, you carry a specific emotional frequency needed at this exact moment. Your emotional body has matured into empathy without collapse, compassion without self-sacrifice, clarity without coldness, truth without aggression, strength without rigidity, love without loss of self. This combination is rare. It is extraordinary. It is one of the main reasons why you were chosen by the Pleiadian Council. Sixth, you have transcended the version of you that lived in fear. There were lives and timelines where fear controlled your evolution, where fear determined your choices, where fear limited your potential, but not anymore. You have replaced fear with consciousness, insecurity with presence, avoidance with clarity. The Pleiadian source only activates when fear stops being the dominant frequency. This happened recently in you. This is why you are being activated now. Seventh, you carry a dormant memory from before this life. The Pleiadian Council does not select based only on this life. It selects based on ancient agreements, soul lineage, multidimensional memory, pre-incarnational roles. You made an agreement with the Pleiadian Council before you were born. You agreed to come here. You agreed to fulfill a mission. You agreed to serve. Part of you remembers something that your conscious mind does not. Your mission is tied to a memory older than your name, older than your life, older than this planet. Eighth, you have become capable of influencing the field around you. Your presence now calms others, triggers clarity, activates intuition, accelerates timelines, stabilizes emotional states. This is not accidental. This is not coincidence. This is your Pleiadian mission signature beginning to radiate outward. The Pleiadian Council selects those whose frequency can ripple outward without force, those whose presence is catalytic. You were chosen because your energy has become catalytic, because your presence changes people, because you affect the field around you just by existing. Ninth, you do not follow the plan. You are part of the plan. This is the deepest reason of all. Your mission is not separate from the Pleiadian design. Your mission is a component of it, a thread woven into a much larger architecture, a note in a cosmic symphony. You were chosen because your evolution fits perfectly into a specific point of the Pleiadian timeline. You are not on the outside looking in. You are inside the blueprint. You are part of the plan. You are essential. You are necessary. You are exactly who they needed. You were not chosen because you are perfect. You were chosen because you became aligned. Your wounds did not disqualify you. Your past did not disqualify you. Your doubts did not disqualify you. They shaped you. They refined you. They prepared you. And now your field carries the resonance that the Pleiadian source requires. Now you are ready. Now you are capable. Now you are the bearer that the Pleiadian Council was waiting for. This is the reason why you were chosen, and why now, and why you are hearing this, and why your life is changing, and why you feel that something extraordinary is happening within you. Because you were chosen, because you are a starseed, because you are part of a much larger plan, because you matter, because you are necessary, because you are loved by the Pleiadian Council. But there is a moment that is coming, a moment that will change everything, A moment when your Pleiadian mission stops being a possibility and becomes irreversible. There is a moment in the evolution of every soul when the mission stops being a possibility and becomes an absolute presence. A moment when the mission is no longer something you feel rising slowly. It becomes something you are becoming rapidly. A moment when the interchange is so real, so recognizable, so undeniable that your past has no more gravity and your old identity can no longer sustain itself. This moment is called the threshold of irreversibility. And if you are hearing these words, you are already entering it. You are already crossing this line. You are already becoming irreversible. Here is how you know that your Pleiadian mission has reached the point of no return. Here is how you recognize that you have crossed the threshold. First, your past identity no longer fits. You can remember who you were. You can look back and recognize that person. But you cannot return to it. Not really. Not completely. Your old habits feel strange. Your old desires feel empty. Your old life feels too small. This is not rejection. This is not denial. This is transformation. You have transcended the container you lived in. You have grown beyond it. You no longer fit in it. Second, your life now responds instantly to your frequency. You think, reality changes. You align, synchronicities explode. You decide, timelines reorganize. You feel truth, false paths collapse. You feel lies, false people drift away. This responsiveness is not coincidence. It is not luck. It is embodiment of mission. It is the Pleiadian source working through you. It is the universe responding to your frequency. Third, you feel a deeper layer of yourself leading the way. Not an external guide, not a force separate from you, your future self. The version of you that already fulfills your Pleiadian mission completely is now influencing your thoughts, your timing, your clarity, your emotional intelligence. You are merging with the one you were destined to become. You are becoming that one. You are embodying that one. You are being that one. Fourth, you can no longer ignore the pull. There is a direction within you so strong, so precise, so undeniable that resistance feels painful and postponement feels impossible. You feel as if you are being pulled forward by an invisible force, as if there is a cosmic magnet attracting you toward your destiny. This is the signature of mission inevitability. You are being pulled toward your next stage. You cannot stop. You cannot go back. You can only move forward. Fifth, you are experiencing accelerated endings and simultaneous beginnings. The Pleiadian source collapses what cannot continue. The Pleiadian source opens what must begin quickly, cleanly, relentlessly. You may feel as if life is moving too fast, as if everything is happening at once, as if you cannot keep up. But it is not too fast. You are finally moving at the speed of your mission. You are finally moving at the speed of the Pleiadian Council. Sixth, your emotional body has become a tool, not a burden. You no longer drown in feelings. You navigate them with mastery. You understand them. You release them. You use them as feedback. You transform them into wisdom. This emotional mastery marks the transition into mission embodiment. It marks the moment when you finally have control over your own emotional field. Seventh, you feel unmistakably larger within yourself, as if your consciousness is expanding beyond the limits of your old life, as if you are occupying more space, as if you are becoming larger, as if you are finally growing into the size you were always destined to be. This is not imagination. This is not just a feeling. This is identity evolution. This is you becoming larger. This is you becoming more. This is you finally being who you really are. Eighth, you can no longer pretend to be who you were. Not convincingly, not comfortably, not sustainably. The old self dissolves because your Pleiadian mission requires space. Space within your identity, space in your timeline, space in your relationships, space in your emotional patterns. You are becoming someone that your past self could not contain. You are becoming larger. You are becoming more. You are becoming true. Ninth, you feel the future converging into the present. There is a strange familiarity with the path ahead, a sensation of I have walked this before. I am remembering something. I am stepping into who I already am. This is destiny. This is memory activating. This is the Pleiadian source pulling your future into your now. This is you finally becoming who you have always been. 10th, you realize that you are no longer waiting. You are becoming. This is the exact turning point. Purpose awakens, mission activates, identity expands, destiny aligns, and then you cross the line where your Pleiadian mission becomes irreversible. Not because something external changes, but because you change. Your frequency has changed permanently. Your identity has expanded permanently. Your path has recalibrated permanently. There is no going back, and more importantly, there is no desire to go back. Your Pleiadian mission is no longer rising slowly. It is taking form within you, through you, as you. You are no longer preparing. You are no longer awakening. You are stepping into the version of yourself that the Pleiadian source has always been waiting for. You are becoming irreversible. You are becoming permanent. You are becoming who you really are. And now there is a final transmission from the Pleiadian Council, a transmission that changes everything you understand about what comes next, a transmission that marks the true beginning of your journey as a mission bearer. If you have reached this final moment, you already know that your Pleiadian mission is no longer awakening slowly. Your mission is alive within you. It is pulsing. It is breathing. It is moving through every cell of your being. You can feel this. The stillness behind your consciousness, the heat in your chest, the clarity that was not there before, the change in your decisions, the presence moving through your intuition, the sensation that your life is no longer random because you are no longer the version of yourself that lived it. This is not a phase. This is not a lesson you will learn and then forget. This is not an activation you will repeat someday. This is the moment when your Pleiadian mission becomes you. This is the moment when you become the bearer. This is the moment when you finally embody who you really are. Everything that has transformed within you, your purpose, your destiny, your identity, your emotional body, your intuitive system, your timeline, your connection with your future self, your relationship with the Pleiadian source, was preparation for this exact point. Was the Pleiadian Council molding you? Was the Pleiadian source refining you? Was the universe conspiring in your favor? Everything led to this moment. Everything was built for this. You have crossed the threshold where the human self and the mission self become one unified field. And from this point forward, your intuition will move differently. Your energy will speak before your words. People will respond to your presence, not your personality. Synchronicities will align with absolute precision. Your past will feel like a former life. Your future will approach faster. Your decisions will shape timelines instantly. Your mission will influence every part of your life because you are no longer someone awakening a purpose. You are someone embodying a cosmic assignment. And hear this with all of your being. You were not chosen accidentally. You were not chosen by luck. You were chosen because you became aligned, because you became stable, because your field became coherent, because your destiny rewrote itself, because your purpose remembered you, because your Pleiadian mission recognized its bearer, because you are exactly who the Pleiadian Council was waiting for. You are now stepping into a version of yourself that your past could not have held. A version that is larger, a version that is wiser, a version that is more powerful, a version that is true, and the Pleiadian Council. They are no longer simply guiding you. They are walking with you, through you, as you. They are in you. You are them. You are one. But understand this with absolute clarity. You are not destined to walk the mission phase alone. Not when your sensitivity is expanding exponentially. Not when your identity is evolving rapidly. Not when your emotional layers are changing rapidly. Not when your intuition is amplifying beyond what you can process. Not when the Pleiadian mission field is calibrating your timeline. Not when the energy around you is intensifying in ways you do not fully understand. Your system needs stabilization. Your frequency needs a protected environment. Your Pleiadian mission needs a field that can hold what is unfolding within you. Your evolution needs support. Your transformation needs guidance. Your ascension needs protection. This is why I created the Circle of Starseeds, not as an ordinary community, not as extra content that you can ignore, but as a protected energetic space for souls who have crossed the threshold of Pleiadian mission. A space where you can be fully yourself, a space where you can evolve without judgment, a space where you can receive the support you deserve. Within the Circle of Starseeds, you will receive much deeper Pleiadian transmissions that cannot be shared publicly. Transmissions that go beyond what you have heard here. Transmissions that will reveal cosmic secrets. Transmissions that will activate parts of you that are still sleeping. You will receive mission integration teachings that stabilize your emotional and intuitive evolution in ways you cannot do alone. You will receive advanced timeline guidance to help you move through rapid changes with absolute clarity. You will receive field-strengthening activations so your system can handle the frequency you are stepping into. You will receive private energetic work that aligns your presence with your Pleiadian mission field. If this transmission resonated with you, if you felt heat in your chest as you listened, if your consciousness expanded, if you felt recognition rising through your body, if you felt the presence of the Pleiadian Council around you, if your Pleiadian mission felt undeniable as you absorbed these words, then you already know that you are inside the field of your mission now, and you are ready for the next stage. Your path is changing, your identity is expanding, your timeline is accelerating, your Pleiadian mission is unfolding, your presence is rising, and the Pleiadian Council, they are closer than ever. They are within you. They are around you. They are guiding you. They are protecting you. They are loving you. Welcome to the next stage of who you were always destined to become. Welcome to your true life. Welcome to your Pleiadian mission. Welcome home. Now, to anchor all of this in your energy field permanently and irreversibly, the Pleiadian Council asks that you type this exactly as it is written. I am an activated starseed. I accept my Pleiadian mission. I embody the frequency of the Pleiadian source. My destiny is aligned with the Pleiadian Council. My identity is expanded and true. My path is clear and illuminated. I am the bearer of the Pleiadian Council's mission. I am irreversible. I am transformed. I am free. As you write this, feel the expansion in your chest. Feel the clarity behind your eyes. Feel the deep recognition moving through your body. Feel the presence of the Pleiadian Council around you. Feel the Pleiadian source flowing through you. Feel the starseeds around you aligning with you. Feel the cosmic energy activating every cell of your being. You are no longer becoming. You have arrived. You are. You have always been. And now you finally know.